Kia ora, good evening. Quietly confident. That's how businesses are being described following the South's first business confidence survey, recently undertaken by Venture Southland. The 3-week online survey was designed to take a snap of the region's business sectors and to find out what challenges, pressures and opportunities are present.
504 businesses take part, which was great, so it gives us a really good picture of what's going on in the region. It's good news story in terms that business confidence seems to be quite high. Businesses are confident about the Southland business environment, the economy, and they also feel like they've got a good strong future. Sales are increasing and more people are being employed. So you can see that we've got a lot of retailers responding and a lot of agricultural companies, for example, so you can just have a look and see who responded to the survey. You can get a picture of where those businesses were based, so about 60% in Invercargill, but we got a really good response rate as well from Fiordland businesses, so that was good for us because we wanted to see what tourism companies were saying. You can also see where Southland businesses do business within New Zealand. So hotspots are Otago, Canterbury, Auckland and then Wellington. So obviously there's a picture of what the business confidence is. So there's a description of what companies think in terms of the Southland economy, how confident they are about that, how confident they are about their own business, and then whether their sales are increasing and whether they're employing more people.
The sales are up, but they are having problems trying to recruit the right types of people.
Yeah, this is an issue we often have here in Southland, attracting the right people for jobs, and businesses are saying that this is starting to be an issue for them again, looking at making sure they've got the right people in roles to be able to achieve what they want to achieve. Other than the issue around recruitment, there's obviously issues around managing cash flow, attracting customers, the kind of things businesses are usually focused on. In terms of the long term, there's some concern around access to water and water quality, road quality in the region, and these are all things that Venture Southland is looking at.
Also, there was a strong link with charities amongst those that were surveyed.
Yeah, this is really good to see. Over 60% of businesses work with local charities, local community groups in one way or another. So maybe they sponsor a local sports team, or they give money, or they give in kind of products and services. So it's really good to see that strength with the local community.
A new business visa will encourage migrants to set up high-quality business and create new jobs, according to Immigration Minister Michael Woodhouse. The new entrepreneur work visa yesterday replaced the long-term business visa, which was attracting too many low-quality applications. Extra incentive will also be given to encourage new potential investors to settle outside of the Auckland region in an effort to grow new business across the whole country. Mr Woodhouse says the new visa significantly raises the bar to attract more innovative export-focused businesses and create jobs for all New Zealanders. Invercargill Prison, which is over 100 years old in areas, is getting a makeover to keep pace with the changing prison environment and prisoner development needs. Work includes seismic strengthening, expansion of trades training facilities, refurbishment of exercise yards, improved security measures and a new audio-visual link facility to minimise court appearances. Corrections Minister Anne Tolley says the revamp comes with an $18 million price tag and could take up to 3 years to complete.
This is an old prison. It's been designed around the old-fashioned way of locking people up. We've now set a target to reduce reoffending, and that means you've got to work with prisoners in a different way. Staff have responded really well to that, so trade training courses, getting them some education, getting some skills, and of course drug and alcohol rehabilitation. That means you need a different environment. The old-fashioned prisons weren't designed the right way for that, so we agreed that we would revamp the prison, a significant investment of just on $18 million. And the list of what we're doing, we're standing here, there's going to be a forestry hut here to teach forestry skills. So skills that are sort of tie into the local surroundings, but it's about getting those prisoners a chance to get out and when they're released and have some skills and have an opportunity to get a job.
So is it pre-trades training that they'll be doing, or actual trades training where they're getting an education and perhaps qualification while they're here?
Oh, they'll definitely be getting qualifications. It just depends on how much time they've got. So every prisoner that comes in now is assessed, has an educational assessment and an individual learning plan prepared for them. So some of them obviously need some some basic literacy and numeracy skills before they can go up to a national qualification. But that's where we're trying to get everyone. My aim is make sure that everyone leaves here with at least NCA level 2. But if we can get them a national qualification, then employers out there know exactly what their skills are.
Capacity here at the moment allows you to shift prisoners around to get access to make the refurbishments happen?
Yes, I was just asking. It was originally a 3-stage project. It's now a 4-stage project, and that's so that they can work around. They don't want to have to ship any of the prisoners out, so they want to be able to do the work and do that around the operations of the prison.
The family justice system is about to be reformed as the most significant changes in 33 years get set to be rolled out. Justice Minister Judith Collins announced the reforms today that come in response to the 2011 review of the family court system. The launch of the out-of-court system, the Family Dispute Resolution Service, or FDR, will empower people to resolve parenting matters outside court and minimise stress on children. The FDR is fully funded for those who meet the income threshold for legal aid, or for a set access fee per case shared amongst those involved in the case. All couples will be required to complete FDR before filing with the family court, unless domestic violence is flagged or children's safety is compromised. The new system comes into force next Monday, March 31st. Stay with us. Up after the break, we catch up with 2 neighbourly mayors and how a child-friendly prison program is making a difference. Welcome back. There are an estimated 20,000 children in New Zealand with at least one parent in prison. And here at Invercargill Prison, fathers can have the opportunity to strengthen relations with children and improve their parenting skills thanks to a new service. The child-friendly low-security program is run by Pillars, a charity that advocates for children of prisoners, and each week around a dozen children spend quality time interacting with their incarcerated fathers. Posters, books, colouring in, puzzle, board games for older children and toys are playing an important role in reconnecting fathers with their children and preparing them for release.
So the idea of the activities centre that we're running here is to build up that family relationship, to make this more of a positive time so that dads can actually interact with their children. They get a chance to be a parent, to actually play a part in the family.
This is opposed to sitting across the table from them in a visiting room?
Yes. It definitely has changed things in the way that visits have run, I'm told, because the children actually are engaged. It's fantastic seeing these dads come in, faces light up, the kids light up. It's just a completely different experience there. You see them interacting, sitting on laps, reading books, playing with toys. It's just absolutely invaluable, really.
I imagine that some of the relationships from fathers that are in prison, they may not be with their spouse anymore, so the child perhaps misses out. This gives them an avenue to keep that contact up.
Yeah, definitely. I think the fathers definitely appreciate it, and obviously this is for the children. They're not the ones that need to be punished by imprisonment, so this is for them, to give them a chance to get to know their father as a father and not as a prisoner. So it's building that positive relationship.
Helping to build that bond before they are released with the family unit again, very important.
Yes, absolutely. You can just see that it really is building up that bond again. It's taking away that awkward sit down across from the table, I don't really know what to say to you while I'm here. It gives them something. It just takes away that awkwardness. It takes the stress out of the situation. And I guess they can look at it as, a positive experience rather than a chore. And that in turn will lead on to them when they're released to maintain that relationship that hopefully they're rebuilding through this.
Gore District ratepayers could face a rates hike of over 3.5% as final budgets are set for the coming financial year. Gore Mayor Tracy Hicks says rates are a challenge for all local authorities, and despite not wanting to put rates up, there are things that need to be done. The biggest driver for Gore District this year has been around depreciation costing, with plans to spend a lot of money around water infrastructure.
Once it's in the ground, it tends to get forgotten about. So we're trying to make sure that doesn't happen now. So probably the biggest single driver would be that, but there are a number of other smaller ones that have added up along the way. But we're looking at probably the mid-threes, I guess. The council is still doing a lot of work on just where we will settle, but we want to be in a position where we're not pushing too hard, we're not driving people too hard, but we've got something that's going to be sustainable, because we've been through a number of years ago, we went through a phase where rate rises were artificially low, and unfortunately that catches up with you and bites you in the tail.
Keeping up neighbourly relations and encouraging others to do the same was behind a special get-together today. Promoting Neighbours Day Aotearoa in the South today were Gore Mayor Tracy Hicks and Southland District Mayor Gary Tong. The two travelled halfway each to meet on a Bryden property that sits across both districts for a cup of tea and chat. Mayor Hicks says communities are all about individuals, organisations and businesses connecting, while Mayor Tong says getting to know neighbours strengthens the district's communities. Both mayors travelled to Wyndham after the paddock picnic, where they hope to introduce strangers into neighbours. The official Neighbours Day Aotearoa falls on this weekend. And that's all from the news desk this Tuesday. Sport is along next with the Southern Steel netball wrap from the weekend. From the news team, good night.